I mean, these things are far more important than math. Way more important. You got to believe that you're not a bad person when you're in your own house. Home should be sanctuary, right? It should be like a place where you go home to be supported and to better yourself and to relax from the daily stresses that you get at places like school. Even though I don't think this class is particularly stressful, I think this is sometimes it's stressful because we had a test, but I think all in all, it goes pretty good. So, Lizzie, you're not nuts.
My mom does that. When she'll say, I didn't say that, I'll be like, you just said it like 5 minutes ago. You said this, I'll be like, I quote, you said this,
Right,
that.
right.
And she'll be like, oh, sorry. I'll be like, yeah.
Oh, you got a
right."
sorry. I've heard 2 in 30 years.
I've never gone to I'm sorry.
2! Well, no offense, I don't mean it this way, but you're a kid. You're not like equal. You know what I mean? Like husband and wife equal? 2 sorries in 30 years. Come on, every 15 years we put a sorry on the calendar. Hey, how old are you? That means not in your lifetime would you have heard the word sorry. But the other one that I remember when I was a kid, my dad said, I wanted to get a boat to go clamming. I said, Dad, I gotta get this boat to go clamming. And he looked at me and he says, well, we had a pool at the time in the backyard. He says, if you could swim underwater, my dad used to be a lifeguard. Then he smoked and he was an idiot. Across the pool, back, and back again. If you could do that 3 times, and I had the money for the boat. It was all mine. I didn't have to borrow any money from him. He said, if you can do that, you can buy the boat. I said, no problem. All I did for the next 3 days was swim the pool back and forth until I could last that long. So then he gets home from work. I said, Dad. I was like 16 years old. Dad, come on. He goes, what? I said, watch. So I hop in the pool, and I swim, all underwater. And I jump up, and I'm like Rocky, yeah! I can go buy the boat. And I goes, what are you talking about? I never said that. Right? Have you ever had that happen before? Right? And you're like, what the heck? And then you start doubting your sanity. You're like, do I live in an alternate universe? Was I dreaming? What the heck? I just remember, I'm just so fortunate that there are other people who would hear what I would hear, and then they'd go, no, Dad. Obviously with my sons, you're right. That didn't go down that way. So, woo. All right, here we go. Number 1 in the diagram below, which pair of angles has the same measure? What do you think, guys? A, B, C, D. D, very good. Okay, angle 2 and angle 4. Next one, the measure of angle, and this says the 2 lines, PQ and RT intersect at point S. The measure of angle TSQ, here it is, T to S to Q. Remember we did that yesterday? Is 88 degrees. How big is X? 88, not 92. X is across from it. These guys, what do we call these angles when they're across from each other like this? Vertical, very good. And vertical angles we know are always equal to each other. Okay. Next. We'll forgive Cheyenne on that. She was absent the other day. How's the migraines? All right. You talk to your parents into getting the Excedrin migraine yet? Did they get it?
They don't like have any insurance.
No, you go to the drugstore. It costs like $5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go to the drugstore. A little bottle's $5. You go to Costco. Do you go to Costco? Okay. Then you can go get a medium-sized bottle for like $10. If you go to Costco, you get a honking big bottle for $10. All right. Now, which side of triangle ABC is the hypotenuse? Well, first let's do triangle ABC. That goes from here to here to here to here. So what side's the hypotenuse? Is it AB, AC, BC, or CD?
AC.
What is it?
AC.
AC, right? This is the hypotenuse. Remember, we draw the line across from the right angle. There's the hypotenuse. It's going to be AC. Okay. Yeah, make sure you tell mom and dad. It's not expensive stuff. Do you have aspirin in your house? Tylenol? Okay, it's exactly the same cost as that. So, and you can buy it just like you buy aspirin. When you go down the aspirin aisle and you look for aspirin or you look for ibuprofen or whatever you're looking for, one of those bottles will be Excedrin Migraine. All right. And I know because I used to get them and oh, did I hate them? And man, that's gone. And the next time you get one of these headaches and you take 2 of those and it goes away instantly, I want you to just go, Mr. Lindquist is the man. All right. 2 complementary angles. Whoa, we're missing something here. Why do I think it recorded? All right, we're missing a page. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't get, scanned, but it didn't. Okay, so, but I can fix that. We'll go this way. This, beautiful. Okay, so we have this diagram that looks like this. And it says this angle is x and this angle is 2x. So, first off, what kind of angle, if I put it all together to make this, what kind of angle is that? 90 degrees. What do we call that? Right angle. So what do x and 2x have to add up to? 90 degrees. What do we call it when two angles add up to 90 degrees? Complementary. Good. In case you forgot, the letter C comes before S in the alphabet, and 90 comes before 180. So what we can remember is two complementary angles add up to 90, and two supplementary angles add up to 180. So all we're going to do today is take the same relationships we've developed over the last couple of days, vertical, complementary, supplementary, but now we're going to add variables to the mix, okay? So in this case, you guys just explained to me that this is a 90-degree angle and that these two angles here, this one and this one, add up to 90. So literally write that. X plus 2x adds up to 90 degrees. Now, once you write that equation, all you need to do is solve it. Now, is this a same side situation or an opposite side situation?
Same side.
Same side. So how many x's do I have there altogether? 3 x's. Good. So I get 3x is 90. Divide by 3. X is equal to 30. Now, sometimes the questions say to find x, and sometimes the questions say to find both angles. If I want to find both angles, this guy is 30 degrees because it's x. What's the top guy?
60.
60. How'd you get 60?
I multiplied by 2.
That's right. 2x means 2 times the value of x. If x is 30, 2 times 30 is 60. Very good. Okay, so now we take a look at the next diagram. This is 110, and this is 5n. Is this a complementary situation? No. What is it? Supplementary. They add up to 180. So write an equation, solve for n, and tell me how many degrees is in the end. Go ahead. Just remember, it's not your fault. Parents are growing and learning too. Not as fast as you are, but they are learning, hopefully, I pray. I know I, as a parent, would handle things a lot different now than I did when I was first had kids.
This one's confusing.
Well, let's try to unconfuse you, and you know what, I mean, this could be misinterpreted, but I think we all know each other well enough to take it the way I mean it. Have you ever heard of the KISS philosophy? Keep it simple, stupid. All right? Literally do that. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay? Watch. What do these two angles add up to?
180.
180. I'm going to put the 5n first, but you could put the 110 first. 5n plus 110 is 180. Solve. Right? What's the first step, everybody? Minus 110. Good.
See, isn't that the answer right there? Because you get 70.
No, well, I asked two different
That-
questions, though. That's the answer to one of the two questions.
Oh.
Okay? So 5n equals 70. And yes, the 5n is 70. I agree. That was one of the questions I asked. I said, how big is the angle? That part you got. But I also said, how big is n? And that part you haven't quite gotten to yet. Okay? So what do I have to do to solve for n? One more step. What is it?
Divide by
Divide by 5. And what's 70 divided by 5? 14. Very good. Okay? Any questions? Preguntas? No? Okay. So now, let's go to the next question. Question number 3. Okay? Oh, no. Actually, there are 2 group work questions here. Let's see you do those 2 group work. Work with someone around. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get it done. Yeah, do those 2, and then I'll go up to number 3.
Do you know how to do this? You're the lead. How do you do this? 85 divided by 2.
Uneven? It doesn't go in perfectly, I would check on that 85, see where that number's coming from.
Yeah, how do you do this?
I did it like that too, but I don't think it's right.
How do you do this one?
I'm gonna do them both right now. Okay, so we get to the first question, which says, two complementary angles can be represented by n plus 10 and 2n plus 5. Now, what does complementary mean again, everybody? It doesn't mean 90 degrees. A right angle means 90 degrees. It means two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if I take the first angle, which is n plus 10, and then I add the second angle, which is 2n plus 5, plus 5, I get 90 degrees. Now, is this a same side situation or an opposite side situation?
Same side.
Same side. So 1n plus 2n is 3 n's. 10 and 5 make 15 is 90, because they're both positive, right? Minus 15, and I get 3n is 75. Divide by 3, n is 25. Now, did the question say to find n or to find both angles? Both angles. So one angle was n plus 10, so 25 plus 10 is 35. And the other angle was 2n plus 5. What's 2 times 25? 2 times 25, 50, plus 5 is 55. Okay, so 35 and 55 are the correct values. Any questions about that?
Wait, don't erase that yet, please.
I wasn't planning on it. Okay, the next one talks about two supplementary angles. And I'm looking at Cheyenne's work, and this is exactly what everybody does who gets it wrong. Okay? Let me show you why. Cheyenne, can you read the first 5 words?
One of 2 supplementary angles.
Stop. One of 2. It says one angle is 20 more than the other. So one angle is x plus 20, but the other angle is x. And what Cheyenne did was she came over here and she wrote x plus 20 is 180. How many angles is this? 1. How many angles does it take to be supplementary? 2. So the first angle, or the second, doesn't matter which order, yes, x plus 20 is an angle. But there's also the angle of x, because this guy is 20 more than the first guy. So you have to write both angles out. There's an angle of x and an angle of x plus 20. And it is classic, absolutely classic, the first time kids see this, for kids to get that wrong. Cheyenne, I'm willing to bet every kid in the room got it wrong. Okay? Now, is this the same side or an opposite side? So that's 2x plus 20 is 180. Altogether, minus the 20. 2x is 160. Dividing by 2, x is 80. So my first angle is 80. My second angle is 80 plus 20, which is 100. And that's my answer. Okay?
Wait, how's the other angle, 100? Wait, this
Because
one?
it says x plus 20. So if x is 80, 80 plus 20 is 100. All right. So now we look at the next one, and it talks about, this is a very strange situation. I can't turn you loose on this one alone. I'm going to do this one, you'll do the next one. It says two angles are in the ratio of, what is it to what? 1 to what? 1 to 4. Two angles are in the ratio of 1 to 4. Look, a lot of times when we deal with ratios, we deal with fractions. But when we deal with word problems and ratios like this, it's not a fraction. What we're saying to ourselves is, since they're in this ratio, they share something in common. Like 2 to 8, 1 to 4, 3 to 12, 30 to 120. Those are all a common ratio of 1 to 4. The thing they share in common, we don't know. So I'm going to call it 1x and 4x. So as soon as I read that there's a common ratio, and then you just add them up. 5x equals 90 and solve, okay? So don't forget what common ratio means. All right, hasta la vista. We're gonna have another day like this tomorrow, so that we can work a little bit more on this. Hasta la vista, vaya con Dios, toodaloo, ta-ta, arrivederci, smile a lot. Ciao, arrivederci, adios amigos y amigas, garush, ta-ta, arrivederci, sayonara, see ya.